Hello YouTube, here are my lovely Saab 95, and we're going to talk about uh, cassette adapters today. You can typically buy these cassette adapters in drugstores, Radio Shack, Walmart, other places. But effectively what they are is a tape head attached to a 3.5mm jack, which you typically use on an iPod. And I've bought several of these in the past. This was the first one I got years ago. And the head, it has a really good head on it. It's nicely aligned and everything. See, its structural integrity is good. What happened with this one is that the wire on it started to fray, so one of the channels would cut out. And back then I wasn't inclined to fix things as much, so I just bought a new one. It's not worth fixing these. They're cheap pieces of junk anyway. And I got this one from a CVS pharmacy. Now, as you can see, the head on this one is just not aligned well at all. There's no structural integrity. It just kind of, it can move up and down freely like that. Look at that. It's terrible. Don't buy the Philips ones. They're shit. This is the one I've been using for a while, as you can see. And they work well. I mean, they sound a lot better than FM transmitters do, and you don't have the stations going in and out all the time. If you're, let's say you're on a 5-hour trip and you're driving up to, I don't know, up north or something, and the radio stations change in a certain area. That will affect the FM transmitter, and that's why I've always liked the tape adapters better. Well, I've just bought a new one, a GigaWare cassette adapter from Radio Shack. Hopefully this one will be decent quality. The Maxell ones are great quality, actually. It's just that the wire broke. So if this GigaWare one sucks, I might end up fixing the Maxell one. I might rip the cord off of the Philips one and put it on the Maxell if this one turns out to suck. But let's give it a fair shot. So let's unbox this here. GigaWare cassette adapter. Now the wires look considerably cheaper than some of the other ones I've seen. Now let's check the structural integrity. This one, too, has not much structural integrity, but it has better structural integrity than the Philips one does. As you can see, it actually has, like, little teeth that kind of hold it down. You see them? There they are. See them? See, they actually hold the head in place, so this one might actually work better. Now, what was wrong with the Philips one is that the head was just, its integrity sucked, so it would move up and down, and it would never come in stereo. So while it was in here, you kind of have to like push it up a little bit. You kind of have to pull it up a little bit, and then stereo would come back. So the head was just badly aligned. And there's no screw adjustments on it anywhere for that, except for like right here. But actually, there are screw adjustments right there, but they're tightened down to exactly where they should be. And structural integrity is where it's just bad design. Shoddy design. So let's try the GigaWare one and hope that it works better. Okay, so let's turn the stereo on. And we have the radio. So now we go on the iPod.
Just giving this gentleman a raffle tip.
Let's see if I actually get full stereo. Wow. I do. The sound is a lot better than both of these. Like, there's more bass. Wow, I'm impressed. Let's see how some good blues, some good old-fashioned blues will sound in this setup. thing sounds damn good. This was worth the $24 that I paid for it. It sounds a hell of a lot better than these cheap pieces of junk I bought before. The Maxell one cost $20, the Philips one cost $10. This one was worse than that one. This one sounds better than both of them, but the wire is probably not very good. I mean, the rubber does not feel... the wires don't feel the best, but as long as I'm careful with these wires, I should be fine. But this is a tape adapter I'm keeping. This thing sounds awesome. This is a GigaWare cassette adapter. So if any of you guys out there have old cars with that only have cassette, and you don't feel like ripping the radio out to put an aux to fashion in your own auxiliary port, I would suggest getting the GigaWare tape adapter, because out of any of the ones that I've purchased so far, this one sounds the best. It has the most bass response, has a really good tape head in it. So, or at least a tape pickup, more than anything else. But yeah, I highly recommend that one. That one sounds fantastic. And that's car tape adapters for you. I definitely recommend these. GigaWare usually makes pretty meh. Their products are pretty cheap, and by nature, a cassette adapter is cheap itself, but these actually sound good, and that's the most important thing. It uses gold plating in the 3.5mm jack. There's an 1/8" plug right there. There you have it. I like how it says loads like a regular tape. But yeah, you can pick these up at your local Radio Shack or buy them online on Radio Shack's website, and they'll ship them to you. And that's just a small little review, and just an overview of tape adapters in general, and the one that I recommend the most from experience. So, have a good one, everybody. Ciao.